But this time, he actually has police involvement.
I don't care what people think about the content or not. That is harassing people.
The person she wants him to be. But keep.
Oh, hello.
Yo, what's up, big guy? How's it going?
It's going great. How are you going?
Honestly, I'm malding, to be honest with you. I'm malding, I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm
Hey,
smirking.
it's a great way to live. That's a good driver to get some shit done. What's up?
I've been trying. The problem is that my main way of getting shit done is currently being hindered because YouTube's fucking with me.
Oh, shit, because of that EDP shit or whatever? Or
Yeah, this is actually, if you don't mind, I can like explain this for your stream. They probably would kind of somewhat care.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's become like a fucking thing now. So,
okay, a whole thing.
chat, let's go back to the beginning, chat, okay?
Okay.
Back to the beginning. EDP445, very popular YouTube guy, Philly Eagles fan, famous comedy meme dude, 2 million subs. He'd been exposed a few times for trying to talk to underage girls.
Not this.
Underground stuff? Yeah, not base. Nobody was really talking about it. Kind of underground. Nobody cares. He'd been caught multiple times, and then he would get away with it. Like no big channel had talked about it. It was all kind of relegated to like smaller people, and he kind of had like a trollish audience. So anytime someone would expose him, they thought it was funny to be like, "You deserved it," whatever, that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Well, eventually he gets undeniably caught in this amateur sting operation by these guys called the Predator Poachers. One of which I don't know his real name, but his YouTube name was Chet Goldstein. He's kind of like a right-wing activist dude who also was doing pedophile catching. He's still actually around. You can find this Chet Goldstein guy around. But so Predator Poachers catch him in an amateur sting operation where they pose as a 13-year-old girl. And then they managed to meet up with him in real life. And his explanation is that he was trying to get a cupcake, and that it became a big meme. That they're like, "Why the fuck you come out here? You drove hours to get here." He's like, "I just was coming to get a fucking cupcake." It's like, okay, whatever. You're retarded. So he gets caught. EDP's channel gets deleted. He's not convicted of a crime, but YouTube's just like, big controversy, not worth dealing with. They deleted his channel.
What did his channel get deleted for?
We don't know. They didn't say. They
Interesting.
did not officially say. His channel gets deleted.
Wait. Do you know that his channel got deleted, or is there a chance that he deleted it himself?
His channel, if you go to the channel, it says like this channel was deleted for community guidelines violations.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
But it doesn't say why, and YouTube's never put out a statement on why.
Okay.
Now, the interesting part is simultaneously, the Predator Poachers were also deleted off YouTube, their entire channel. That also, YouTube's never made a statement. And they lost around $50,000 in donations and ad revenue they had collected that they would have been paid out. Sneeko style situation, right?
Okay.
Get a bunch of money, send your AdSense, you get deleted, YouTube takes it. That's it. And they have no recourse for that. Now, people don't know why they got deleted. Some speculate it's because Chet in the past would do stuff on his channel where he would like call Black Lives Matter and call them the N-word, and that probably not a crazy reason to be deleted, right? Probably not an insane guess, but we don't know. We don't know why they were deleted.
Okay.
And since then, the precedent has been that you can talk about that stuff. Like you can talk about EDP, you can call him a pedophile, you can show the interaction you have with the Predator Poachers, you can show their footage. There's been no issue, no issue at all, until very recently. Okay. So there's a new sting that happened with this guy named Jidion, who's a pretty big YouTuber. He's got like 6 mil on his main channel.
Friend of the stream, we know him, yeah.
Is he a friend of the stream?
Yeah. If you talk about him too much, you might hop in here. Go ahead.
Or is he an enemy of the stream?
I think we're on good terms right now, right? Nothing bad's happened with Jidion, so go ahead.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, he decides to do a little bit of a sting. He catches EDP again, and he meets up with him in real life. Same exact thing. But this time, he actually has police involvement. Now, the kind of catch to the Predator Poachers is that, and this has never been confirmed, I don't think, by a police department or anything, but people speculate the reason why EDP wasn't thrown in jail is because the Predator Poachers were engaging in entrapment where they collected evidence with no police involvement whatsoever. They called the cops once they were there in person. They called the local police. They're like, "You're going to come, right?" And they're like, "What the f*** are you talking about?"
Okay.
Right? So they f***ed up. Jidion does it with police involvement the
Probably
entire time.
also, I don't know if there's an edgy position to take, okay? I'm generally anti-child rape and anti-pedophilia, but like, probably a good thing that we don't have citizens doing like civilian sting operations to try to catch criminals. Like in some cases we can imagine it being good, but I can understand why that could go really bad really quickly and why police departments wouldn't want to touch like civilian investigations, right?
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Okay, yeah,
and I don't I don't disagree with that. I think that because Jidion had police involvement, I think that I don't know. Like Is he totally altruistic? No, he's making a video, but he had police involvement, so at least there's that. They were involved from the beginning, according to him anyway. Now, the reason why Jidion comes out to talk about it, according to him, he was going to wait to talk about this for months. The reason he talks about it is because the victim comes forward.
Okay.
And here's where things get funky with the Jidion thing.
Okay.
So Jidion months ago was supposed to have an interview with EDP. EDP joins his Discord, and he never joins the call. But EDP does find someone in Jidion's Discord, and then he messages that young girl, and that's where the sting operation started. This young girl messages Jidion. So
Jesus
Jidion invited
Christ.
EDP to his server, apparently, and then EDP goes and messages this girl, which is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You know, that seems fucked. But bottom line, Jidion, he did have police involvement. Thankfully, there was that at the very least. There was that. And another thankful thing is that, or not thankful thing. Another part about this is that the girl, she came out early ahead of time. He was going to wait until the investigation was concluded to talk about it, but the girl ended up making a video before anyone had talked about it, and then he decided to reveal what had happened. He was going to wait until the investigation was done. According to him, he may be going to court. Like, that's how much he's involved in this. He may be appearing in court to testify, I guess.
Okay.
Or something. So, people start making videos about this because it's like, you know, big news.
Juicy,
YouTube pedo gets busted again. It's an interesting story. I report on it. A channel called Sensitive Society reports on it. A channel called Jamari reports on it. A channel called Briz reports on it. All commentary channels. And we basically have no reason to think that this would have any issue, right? YouTube hasn't made any kind of announcement that, like, you can't do this. YouTube hasn't made any kind of announcement like you can't talk about these kind of situations.
Yeah.
But despite that, I think 6 people have been struck at this point. They have strikes on their channel, so they can't upload for a week. And on top of that, now another channel that had no strikes has been outright deleted for posting that kind of content, for posting content even talking about it.
Okay.
Which is fucking insane, in my opinion. You know, no communication. This isn't even in the TOS. This has never been announced to us in any kind. But now all of a sudden this is a problem. Keep in mind, there's videos, like, I was struck for a still frame of the original EDP confrontation from years ago. A still frame, just one picture. They timestamped it for me. And that same footage is available on the critical Penguin Zero channel with 16 million views. And so I'm just like, I'm perplexed as to why I'm struck and this channel isn't, and his channel isn't. I'm not trying to, like, dry snitch, but, like, I bring this up to their moderation and they're just fucking useless. They're like, yeah, I mean, you know, every case is different. We enforce policies fairly. And I was like, but I'm telling you right now, it's the exact same content. And then they just don't really have anything to say.
Sure. When you say their moderation, you're talking to a YouTube rep or somebody?
I would be talking to YouTube, behind the scenes. They have like a YouTube help chat, and they have an email you can use. It's not a YouTube rep.
Okay.
It would be, I assume that they contract people in a place like Pakistan where they have like a call center, you know, and then they are the ones reviewing content. And that's probably who I'm emailing.
Sure.
Last time I had an issue like this, I included a short clip of someone pretending to drink bleach, and they gave me a strike. I actually got that strike removed because they determined that it was ludicrous because that content was already available on YouTube with 12 million views. It took me a week to get it resolved, though. Okay. With this now, it's been almost a week, and I'm not that confident because YouTube straight up is not, like, responding to my tweets this time. Usually, if I annoy them, they'll be like, okay, we'll look into this for you. Now it's just like radio silence, and they're doing that with everyone, and I really don't understand why exactly.
That might be a good thing, but, like, maybe it means they're having a really big internal discussion about it right now, hopefully, maybe, and that's why they haven't said anything publicly.
Man, I guess, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm dealing with like 7 people I know. Their entire week of money is away, just like gone right now, and they can't post. And I'm just like now I'm going through my old videos. I'm like, did I include a screenshot here? I better fucking delete that because you just never know. Are they gonna retroactively go back and punish people for stuff they did in the past? If you talk about people doing this, you're gonna get struck now. It seems like that's the precedent they're setting. Like, these images have been cited in mainstream articles from Business Insider, from sites like CNN, stuff like that. Dexerto, not that Dexerto is a super reliable source, but these pictures, this sting has been widely talked about in mainstream sources. It's not just like an independent journalist thing. There are companies that have reported on this, and now like YouTubers are just getting instantly fucked. I don't know what your experience has been dealing with strikes and getting it resolved, but mine has been
I think I pretty much have
extremely
the,
frustrating.
Yeah, I've got the standard YouTuber experience, which is where you go to Twitter, tweet, beg your friends to retweet, and then hopefully that somebody sees it. Yeah.
Have you had strikes that you haven't been able to get resolved? They just kept?
I think by some grace of God, I'm pretty sure every single strike almost. There's one DMCA that I didn't counterclaim that maybe I could have from the Daily Wire. But other than that, no, I think I've gotten every single thing resolved, thankfully, yeah. But mine have been like clearly ridiculous. Like I got hit for like anti-vax propaganda when I'm having like, when I'm trying to cover like Joe Rogan saying anti-vax stuff, like shit like that I'll get hit for, so.
But you can just like file an appeal, and then do they reverse that eventually if you show that like you're countering, because you're not promoting that kind of content, you're disagreeing with it.
Yeah, but it usually requires me having to run to Twitter first to stir shit up.
Yeah, true. Frustrating. And not to make it about me, but now I I have like 2 channels, and like because they have a policy where
Ooh,
if
yeah,
you're
you gotta
struck
be
on one channel.
so careful about that. If you got struck, that's my biggest fear. August, don't f this up because I'll find you and get you in real life. Is that like you get banned on one channel, you accidentally upload to another, and you didn't even realize it, and now you're permanently gone from everything. And I don't think you're gonna appeal that at all.
No, yeah, so that's like it's not just that, but it's also like if you even post, then they give you another strike. Like that's what they do. Like if you post, they give you another strike. That can get you deleted.
I thought your channel can get instantly permabanned if you post on a channel while you're banned.
Permaban.
Yeah, I don't think you get a strike. I think you're just gone.
If you're evading for if you just have one strike.
Yep. If you have one strike on another channel and then you post on another one, I think all your channels can get permanently deleted instantly. I don't think you get a strike for that. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's wild shit.
Yo, what's up, Abba? How's it going?
Good. I wanted to ask. So you guys didn't include any footage of the actual confrontation between Jidion and EDP?
No, we absolutely did include footage. Everyone did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm not. I think that kind of content should be allowed. I don't care really what EDP did, like how guilty he is of like pedophilia or whatever it might be. I think like honestly, when I saw the video from Jidion, I thought it was a bit excessive, just following the dude and all this stuff. I think that falls like pretty strongly into YouTube's policy in regards to harassment, and I think the fact that that's even allowed on YouTube, Jidion's video got deleted, correct?
Yeah, strangely enough, his got hit after everyone else's, though. Like, we talked about it, and then we got hit, and then he got hit after. And I'm totally fine if that's, like, a policy that they want to have or something, right? Like, if that's a policy they want to have. I just wish there was some better communication towards us for, like, that not being allowed. Because for years, commentary channels have been talking about this kind of stuff, right? Like I said, Critical has a video with 16 million views where he shows the old confrontation. That video's still up. I don't even think it's age restricted. So it's just kind of a very perplexing.
Like, he's probably one of the bigger YouTubers, so if anyone's going to get shafted, it's always going to be the guys who are mid-sized or smaller. But I thought it was a crazy thing to like. Did he say he was at his dialysis center and then Jidion was just there hanging out? Like, I don't think that's the kind of thing that YouTube would even want on their platform, because it falls really strong into the whole harassment.
That's fair, but I think that their YouTube's stance on it was if there's no police involvement, then they have a problem. I believe Jidion has a case number that he's providing YouTube, and that's how he's trying to get around this, because he did have some kind of investigation going on. I guess what you're saying is if it's at a dialysis center, then that's not like he's not confronting him while committing a crime. He's just
I don't think it matters that. Just think about the idea of YouTubers going up to people's places and like accusing them of crimes. It's just a bad look for YouTube. And I don't care what people think about its content or not. That is harassing people.
I agree, but in this case, like I understand like across the board maybe, and if you want to say like big picture that should be enforced, maybe I kind of get that. But in this case, it's like EDP is like a public figure. He was a YouTuber with 2 million subs. YouTube deleted him because he was accused of being a pedophile. Presumably, that's the point. We have
no idea about that, right?
We have no idea, and he hasn't been formally charged. So YouTube can't even take that stance because there's no official charge. That's probably why they're not speaking on it. Because without that,
well, they're not speaking on it because they don't want us to, be able to actually connect the dots and be like, oh, well, you made this decision, but not this decision, because they just don't want to say why, right? They don't want to say why they made a decision.
Yeah, which is their right. They want to protect themselves legally, but obviously they don't want to be involved in making public statements on something that hasn't been charged formally because it could be seen.
I think it's simpler than all of that. I think that just as a general policy, platforms very, very rarely, if ever, make statements on why they ban people. That's just de facto. Like, I think Patreon is the only company I've ever known to break that policy, but anybody else won't say shit.
And it normally backfires when they do, right?
Yep.
Because they need wiggle room to be able to make decisions that don't necessarily fall within the realm of their TOS. And if they make public statements in regards to one thing, then in the future when they need to do something different with more nuance or whatever, then they're going to have that statement used against them. So there's no benefit to them to making public statements.
That sucks, thoh.
It does suck.
sucks.
It does
It
suck,
does.
but the issue is that, like, yeah, like Abba said, there's like no benefit for them, and then all they do is get fucked, and it's like I remember I thought that does anybody remember when Lauren Southern got banned from Patreon?
Yeah, I remember that.
Patreon banned her, and then
Yeah,
I think the CEO of the company came out and he made a whole video giving a crystal clear breakdown on why she was banned. And the video was super legit. It was like, okay, she broke the TOS here. Even though they made that ultra crystal clear video, it didn't help them, right? All the people that hated her wanted to see her banned regardless, and all the people that liked her and liked the far right shit, they were all like, oh, well, this is co-op, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So it was like basically Patreon went out of their way to give some elucidation on why they banned somebody, and it didn't benefit them at all. So I can see why most companies just don't give a they're just not going to say anything because they have no obligation to. We still don't know why Dr. Disrespect, one of the largest streamers in the world, got banned on Twitch. Or we don't know publicly, at least.
No, I saw someone posit a theory for that.
What was the
Talk about that
theory?
eventually, but the theory was that he was talking about some kind of as you guys know, he's into like David Icke, Shungite type stuff.
Oh, no, it definitely wasn't that.
Well, not that specifically. I'm just saying he's down that rabbit hole a little bit. I have not seen this substantiated or archived anywhere. I heard a few people, though, email me saying that there's some stream that they cannot find where he spread some misinformation about certain global events that happened that had the world locked down. And that's why they deleted him without telling anyone. And that's why he hasn't outright said anything, because I think he thinks he might be somewhat incriminated, but I have no real evidence or anything for that. This is just emails I've received.
Sure.
So
I'm just saying as an example, like
allegations.
that would be a huge thing and we don't even know that, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's frustrating, and especially the strike thing. Like, I'm someone, I don't know, I feel I know you can't take it personally when it's like a platform, because like they don't know you. They're so big, they have to treat everyone like a number, right? But it does feel somewhat personally offensive to me, I guess. Is like, I do try to follow the guidelines. I do my best to get everything monetized. I don't want to go out of my way to fuck with YouTube. I very much like having a YouTube job. And once in a while, they just do something where like, well, that's a week of your income gone. You're just fucked, and there's like no real recourse. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
you know,
Even
it
more
just
scary
sucks.
is like in my opinion, it's like the psychological thing of like, wow, I just broke a rule that I didn't even know existed, and if I do this a couple more times, my entire way of life is deleted.
Well,
Yeah.
my understanding is you got what? You got a copyright? Oh, you got a strike, like an actual proper strike,
Community guideline strike, right?
right?
Yeah, I got a community guideline strike. Yeah.
Don't those go away, or are they the ones that stick around? I
So
think
here-
the warnings stick around. The strikes go away within like a month or so.
Should be 90 days.
So I already had a warning. The way that the strike works is you'll be able to post after a week, but the strike stays for 90 days. And if you get another strike within that 90 days, then you can't post for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And if you get another strike within that 90 days, then your channel gets fucking nuked. And if you have another channel, then that one gets nuked too. So
Yeah, that's fair. I think 90 days is a pretty good period. I think like if you can't afford to not refund, obviously with the rules not being clear, it's kind of sus.
But the thing is, like, they're unclear, and it's unlikely to be the same rule, you know?
Yeah, it's unclear, and the scary thing is, I think every YouTuber has this like fear where when you get banned, now you start going through all your past content. It's like, okay, well, fuck, if I get banned for this time, like, do I have a video up that's going to get randomly struck or something, or is there some other rule that I'm not going to be aware of? And then it's like, I think you have questions in your mind of like, if you have if you've got 2 strikes, can you even upload, or are you done uploading for 3 months? Like, if you got like, what would you do, Tom? If you got 3 strikes, if you had 2 strikes, would you even upload, or would you wait for one to fall off? Because I might actually just like,
I would just fuck
for 3
off.
months. Yeah, I don't think I would
I would
post a
fuck
single thing for 3 months. I think I would just wait.
It would depend. If I like fucked up in a way that was pretty obvious to me, then I wouldn't. If it was like really out of the blue and like, oh, this kind of commentary is no longer acceptable, I'd have to take a lot of time to reassess, and I would do what you did.
Yeah,
But
and
to
the
be
most
honest with
frustrating
you-
fucking...
To be honest
Dude.
with you, the Jidion thing didn't surprise me at all.
It doesn't surprise me that much. It doesn't surprise me that much.
Catch the Predator stuff was getting deleted quite often, like that kind of stuff. Like even on television, I remember To Catch a Predator was a bit of a gray zone that people felt very uneasy. I remember when it started migrating on YouTube and there was all these Predator catchers, like they started getting deleted all the time. I felt like Jidion just did something similar, and like to me, the precedent was already set that this kind of stuff was not acceptable.
It doesn't surprise me that much, but I don't know. To me, a strike feels excessive. If they decided to like just knock down the video and say like we're taking this down, I guess I don't know. I wouldn't be able to complain that much. But like for example, like the reason I got a strike is because I have a warning, and that warning is years old, and it's just stuck around. You know?
The warning stuff sucks too. I have a warning too, and I've never gotten rid of it. It's annoying. It's been there.
I heard that they were going to be changing. Someone posted that the warnings are going to be temporary now or something, like a strike, like you only have for 90 days. But I haven't seen that implemented thus far.
I mean, if you've got temporary warnings, you might as well just get rid of a warning and call it a forced strike system, right?
No, because I think a warning is good to let the person know, like, listen, you're doing stuff that's infringing. We don't want to actually give you a full-on strike and cost you money. So we're going to give you the chance to like rectify this behavior, but just be more careful.
Sure, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying like it's basically like saying like you've got 4 strikes, but the first strike you get, there's not going to be like a temporary channel shutdown.
Fair, yeah.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I'm actually curious from your perspective, Destiny. How do you feel about the fact that they were going to this guy's dialysis center and basically like trying to get him into a bunch of discords, catch him by surprise? Like, do you think they went too far at all?
Yeah, I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, but I mean, like, I could totally see a platform not wanting to support what is essentially vigilantism, right? Yeah. Because like it opens the door for so many horrible fucking things to happen. For people that make the wrong assumption, for people that get into fights and kill each other, just like it's just such a liability for the platform,
Yeah. That's the way I took it. Like, I think people are fine with it because it's EDP, and obviously the dude's a piece of shit for what he's done, allegedly. But when I think about from the business standpoint, it's like, one, he hasn't been found guilty. It could be a legal quandary in the future, and I just think it's also just a bad look for the platform that there's a bunch of people running around, because it only takes one time for them to get it wrong and fuck up somebody's life or have them, self-delete, and then afterwards YouTube is going to be on the hook on all kinds of news websites for allowing vigilantism like that.
That's fair, and I guess I don't necessarily blame YouTube. I more just hate the culture of like blaming YouTube, who is not a publisher, for the content that's posted to their site that makes them feel the need to moderate it in the way they do. Because ideal world, I feel like YouTube should just be a site where you can post stuff, and as long as it's not like technically breaking the law blatantly, which I assume this predator catching stuff is more of a legal gray area than like you're literally committing a crime. I kind of find that frustrating that they just have to worry about journalists, fucking, the Wall Street Journal, whatever, writing an article about them and then costing them monetization status. It's very, very frustrating.
I agree.
And like I said, but like before this point, there was no reason to think that this would have even been an issue on YouTube. I mean, you look at, like I said, Critical, he has a video with 16 million views, and the thumbnail is a picture of EDP from his first sting, and the video was just him reacting to the sting. So it's like, for there to be some problem now is
my understanding. I clicked on the video because when I looked it up, I couldn't find any videos of the actual confrontation except for like maybe a small YouTuber or two. And when I clicked on Moist, like, he didn't have any footage of the thing at all.
He definitely does. I can send you a timestamp if you want.
Does he? Am I crazy? Because I literally just scanned through it. Let me see it.
Let me send it to you.
If he does, then that's just like that's that big YouTuber privilege.
Yeah. So if you go to the 19-minute mark in the video titled EDP 445 situation, then there's he watches the full sting. So you can see it right there. I can even DM you a timestamp if you need it, but yeah, just kind of a big YouTuber privilege. I get, they have special privileges, which is why I'm currently trying to abuse the few big YouTube connections I have and try to get this resolved or something. But
what's the name of the video?
Let me just send you a link. I'll add you on Discord.
You have the title? Just give me the title.
EDP 445 situation is the title.
Oh, this is the one from 2 years ago. Oh,
yeah, and go to the 19-minute mark.
But you guys all got struck for the latest situation, right?
Correct, yeah. But the latest situation was very, similar to this.
Yeah, okay. Maybe YouTube hasn't gotten around to 2-year-old videos as possible.
I guess. That could be the case. But if they haven't, then maybe they will soon, and then everyone's going to be f***ed. And then maybe we'll actually get a solution because people will scream about it enough when big YouTubers are affected. But yeah, it's just the YouTube support also is just like incredibly frustrating. Like for someone like me or Destiny or you who like make YouTube hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not more, I feel like we should have some kind of like maybe one human to talk to who actually works at YouTube.
Wait, you don't just use a chat and talk to like one of those the chat support?
I mean, I do, but they suck. They're retarded.
They're not good for technical stuff, so oftentimes they just send it to a policy team if they can't really help you with themselves.
Yeah.
Well, you've never got emails from YouTube support, nothing?
No, I have. I communicated with them.
Okay, you just don't find it like they're great.
I don't find it very satisfactory. Answer, yeah.
Haha. Sorry.
What?
That's the name of the game I'm playing.
Satisfactory?
Yeah.
Like Factorio?
A little bit.
Is Jidion currently banned?
He's not banned. He has one strike. I assume anyway. He didn't say he has a strike, but he hasn't posted since the video got taken down. So, yeah.
Dustin, do you think like most people are for this kind of stuff for people like EDP and like the predator catchers?
Most people would probably be
Like
for it.
the
Yeah.
public.
Basically, as soon as you throw kids into anything, people will have the most retarded opinions possible. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions, but I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, your channel stuff gets resolved soon. But yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
no
Appreciate
more
it.
predator business.
Damn.
No more ever, apparently. Thank you.
It's definitely a bad idea. Cheers.
God.
No more Predator business. What the hell? No
Seriously.
more Predators on YouTube? It's 1984.